You know, it's a beautiful thing when you're ashy free, when you're not ashy, especially this time of year. That's a blessing. But what if you don't have them thickums lotions, meaning thick lotions, and you got a rather thin one like this, or you have a rather thin one like Bath and Body Works? Maybe you got OGX here. Maybe you got something like this, or it's just another brand and it's relatively thin, and you want to know how to apply, and you feel like it's not going to moisturize enough because it's thin, which is not the case. Today I'm going to show you how to apply thin lotion and get the most out of it and still retain and introduce moisture if you need to, or even want to. I got to thinking, since I've been discussing about lotions lately, by the time you guys see it, you'll know what I'm talking about, is just all lotions aren't created the same. That's why you have body lotions. That's why you have body creams, body butters, I almost said body buffers. Come on. Body sulfurs, glazed body sulfurs, body creamed, whipped body cream, and you have some that apply dry, so forth. But what if you only have the thin body lotion? You feel like, I just know you thinking it, that this is, it's not moisturized enough, it's not going to do anything. You feel like it's not valuable, but they keep producing body lotions because it does hold value. Remember that. Remember that. They serve a different need than the need of thickums body creams. So we have Bath and Body Works Bahamas Passion Fruit, their daily nourishing body lotions. I have the body lotion to this. This has a relatively thinner texture, more so than its body cream counterpart. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here. So the thing to remember with a thin lotion is a lot of times they'll be running, a lot of times they'll be semi-running or kind of thick, but they're never really quite thick is the gist to it all. So this is a flip cap, not quite a guap. We're going to park it there. Now the thing here, the key here to applying lotions that are thin, primarily thin, you want to apply in layers. As you can see, I put on what looked like a whole lot, but it was the thinnest layer. Now I'm going to demonstrate here. First layer. What you want to do after you get your first layer down, this is stuff you have to have time for. Make time for. If you can do this efficiently really fast, then do so. I'm just trying to walk you through it, how to get the most bang out of your buck for a thin lotion. Let the draft hit you if you're doing this in the bathroom, or if you've walked into your bedroom or wherever you're applying this and there's a draft, you're doing it outside, it's going to be to your fullest advantage. Whether it's hot or cold, that draft is going to hit your skin and help dry it. Then I advise you to wait about a literal minute, 60 seconds. If you can't wait that long, you're in a rush, cool. Let that draft hit it a couple times. Go on with another thin layer. And what that's allowing you to do is between the first layer and the second layer, the first layer is drying, but then it's adhering itself to the second layer as you're applying it. Did you follow me? Rewind it back if you need to. Rewind it back. And you have that glisten glow of the skin. Now it's up to you at this point if you want to go on with a third layer. Remember, each layer must be thin. Must be thin. And this is something that's still thin, but it's kind of relatively thick. It's just not a body cream by my standards at least. And you just put it in thin layers. And the key is after you put in your first and second layers down with thin layers each only, then if you see an area that you want to apply it on, or even if it's the whole entire area again for a third time, you're also strengthening the scent at which whatever you're applying. And you're introducing moisture a little bit at a time and allowing each layer to dry, whether you're waiting the 60 seconds or you just don't feel like waiting, you ain't got time for it. And you still get the moisture that you need. Now what happens if you apply that and your skin is of a dry type, or it's combination where it changes with the seasons? introduce oil. To introduce a perfume oil that's nowhere near close to the type of scent it is. I should just using a scent that's as close to Bahamas passion fruit and banana flower, or as close to whatever type of scented lotion you have. So these are on two opposite sides of the scent category wheel, whatever you want to call it. Spray in your hand or pour the roller ball in your hand twice. And do it a third. Put in this lotion here. Only that much. And we're just simply mixing the perfume oil and the lotion together to get it to be even more moisturizing. Now, just because you put mixed oil, if you're gonna do this side of it, just because you mix oil with the lotion does not mean that you get to apply a quap in. You still want to go with even thinner layers or the same amount of application as you did before you introduced the oil. So we're gonna go in here with a little bit. As you can see, I'm keeping this finger amount out of it. I don't want to overdo it. And so now the oil is going to cause it to stick to the scent and stick to your skin and absorb. And it's, I must say, it's mingling quite well with this Midnight Poison perfume oil. It's mingling quite well. Very well. And that's one layer of it. Mind you, we've done 3 thin layers of the body lotion by itself. Then we're just going to keep applying. That's a total of 5 layers. Now, if you want to bypass all that, you want 3 layers, introduce that oil immediately and then do those 3 layers. Allow it to dry down, and I'm pretty sure it will dry down as it's supposed to. With you moving around and getting dressed and then going back behind it with spraying on perfumes and fragrances and eau de parfums. And you just do the same thing here with body lotions that are relatively mild in scent. I feel like this would go really, really well with the Midnight Poison as well. Now you have some body lotions that are thin, but they don't have much moisture to themselves. Now you saw the Bath and Body Works lotion had plenty of moisture on its own. And then when we added oil, it kind of upgraded it, because you see that shine and glimmer and that glow I got going. Now this is OGX's Argan Oil from Morocco. It applies okay, but it's kind of dry. And that's where you want to introduce oil. So if you have a thin lotion that applies on the drier side of the spectrum, but it's formulated like a lotion like that, you're going to want to introduce oil into it and mix it together before it even touches your skin. Or else you're going to get that dry looking sheen, unless that's what you want. You don't want to do too much. In the winter, you want to do too much with moisture, because the last thing you want is dry skin. So I want you to see this real quick. Thin layers as always. Now look greasy now because of the oil. Keep in mind. Now some of it still feels dry, which means you'll have to adjust the amount of oil that you put in. But for the most part, it definitely feels a bit more moisturizing now that I've introduced perfume oil into the equation. Alcohol free, of course. I would highly suggest alcohol free. And it gives me a sense of hope for my skin to be moisturized. And then sometimes you'll have the lotion will lock up on you. I'll try that again. Argan oil and perfume oil. Glad I had this. So glad I had this towel here. You just never know. Mixing it together again. And I'm keeping this mistake in here because I know y'all gonna run into stuff like that. Let's thoroughly mix this here in our hand. There we go. We're getting better application. See? Pick yourself up and try again. Try not the song reference here. There we go. Moisturizer, not as much as the Bath and Body Works, as I realize these are 2 entirely different formulas that I've applied with the same perfume oil, with the same scented perfume oil that is alcohol free. 2 different results. Still got that glow, still moisturized. Applied with oil, OGX, Argan Oil of Morocco. Here, not as moisturizing or shiny looking. Bath & Body Works Bahamas Passion Fruit and Banana Flower, the 24-hour moisture body lotion. Way different formula. Applied with the same perfume oil, the same scented perfume oil. Bit more glisten and glow to it. You visibly see the difference. This is still of a drier application, even though I added oil. This is of a more moisturizing gel side kind of application with oil mixed in. Like to see more videos like this where I go over product application for body lotions or body washes on either side. I will leave a playlist for you all to enjoy. I picked up the wrong one. And until next time, love you. When I think about love, it's one of the bravest things that you can do. It is patient, it is kind, it does not envy or boast, and it'll keep you on the coast of not being rude or self-seeking, nor is it easily angered or seething mad, and it keeps no records of wrongs. It has no pleasure in evil, but it rejoices in the truth. And most of all,